right, guys, welcome back to Downtown Rams. As always, I'm your host, Alexis Kraft, joined here with my co host, Jake Ellenbogen. And guys, we are continuing with our 2022 NFL draft prospect interviews. And today we have Ali Fayad, defensive lineman out of Western Michigan, joining us on the show. How are you doing, Ali?
I'm doing well. Thank you guys for having me. How you guys doing?
We're great.
Doing pretty well.
Busy draft season, as I'm sure you know as well.
Definitely. Yeah. A lot of put in, but it's all worth it at the end.
For sure. But just to start this off, we just want to hear a little bit about how you got into the game of football.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, to start off, to growing up, I was really like a basketball player. Like I really wanted to be the next Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant. Like I was obsessed with basketball. And then luckily I got cut for my 7th grade team in basketball. So then I started different sport. I started playing football, and once I stepped on the football field, it kind of was just like a love at first sight, but love at first play, I guess you could call it. Ever since then, like I just love the feeling of just being more physical than the man in front of me. Just making impact plays in the backfield, making big plays, just hearing the crowd roar when you make a sack. I really, it all came together. Really when I was in high school, that's when I really started to put in work, that real work, that weight room training and, off season work, running and stuff like that. But yeah, man, growing up, big basketball player, turned football player, and it's going well for me. So can't complain about it.
So you mentioned Kobe Bryant and Allen Iverson, but did you have a favorite NFL player growing up?
Growing up, when I first started watching football, Aldon Smith was the guy that I loved to watch instantly. He was a phenomenal pass rusher. He's the one that really got me into quarterback sacks, pass rushing, and things like that. Because I remember I was a big Niners fan growing up, and I think it was his sophomore or second year in the NFL. He had 19 and a half sacks, and ever since then, I was like, yo, this is my guy. Niners was cold, so. Yeah, growing up, I loved watching Alden Smith. That guy was a phenomenal player to watch.
He was. He definitely was. And then when it came time for you to play in college, you ended up playing at Western Michigan. What was it about Western Michigan that convinced you that you wanted to play there?
Well, coming out of high school, I wasn't really highly recruited. I had 2 offers. On the Eastern Michigan offer that I had to earn and go get at a camp. And after PJ Fleck got fired at Western Michigan, 2 weeks before signing day, National Signing Day, they came through and they offered me a scholarship. And, as a whole family decision and also my decision after visiting Western Michigan, it felt like the better fit for me. I lived 20 minutes from Eastern Michigan. So, yeah, I felt like the whole college experience, they had a lot of guys going in the NFL. It just, I feel like it gave me more opportunities at the time. And, I'm glad that I made the decision to go to Western Michigan.
Now, Ali, what would you say for incoming recruits? How would you, if you were to pitch, as just a former player, not as a booster or anything, but if you were to pitch to, incoming players to go to Western Michigan, how would that go?
I would pitch, the culture, the guys that are there around. We got a really good group of guys, not all around coaches, staff, but the players, we got a real close bond when it comes to the locker room and stuff like that. So, if you want to really be a part of a culture and work real hard, you go to Western Michigan. But, if you want to pout and, want to always complain, don't come there. You know what I'm saying? So, I would just say, if you're ready to work, come to Western Michigan. And if not, go somewhere else. That's all I could tell you. I'm a workhorse. So that's what I like, that's what I like to preach.
Well, it's a great pitch. And you also, at Western Michigan, played against a lot of really talented teams. It's a great place to go for competition. Is there anyone that you played in college? Maybe there's a couple guys that you went against that you thought, wow, that was a really, really good opponent. He was a tough guy to go against.
My first collegiate game was against USC. I played Sam Darnold and Ronald Jones. So playing against those guys I played Cass Tech High School when I was a couple 7 months before that game, and then going to the Coliseum to play Sam Darnold. He was supposed to be Heisman, and Ronald Jones was awesome. I got my first tackle against them, but just playing against that team and just seeing the speed like that, like really opened my eyes. So that was really like the welcome to college football moment. And, it was a great team to play against. And we played a 4-quarter game with them. And yeah, it just welcomed me to greatness, really playing against those great players.
Yeah, I mean that's some great experience. I mean, at one point we were thinking Sam Darnold could go down as, one of the best prospects to come out in quite some time. And Ronald Jones has, won a Super Bowl. So, obviously those are some, key players there. With that being said, is there a favorite game that you played, during your college career?
Favorite team overall game, yeah, man. When we beat Pitt this year was awesome. I'm not gonna lie, it was a shootout, but it was a real fun game playing against Kenny Pickett and the Pitt Panthers. It was real fun to get that dub over the ACC champs. That was a phenomenal game, definitely.
For sure. And speaking of kind of the edge position, in your opinion, what is the most important trait that an edge rusher should have?
The most important trait the edge rusher should have is I got 3 for you off top: physicality, motor, and IQ. I feel like you need to have all 3 of those things to be an elite edge rusher. And the reason for it is that, you can never lose your edge. You can never get reach. You got to have motor to keep getting after that quarterback. And, you have to have IQ to understand, like, run pass situations and down and distance and things like that. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to be on top of all those things to be an elite pass rusher, I believe, or elite edge rusher.
And now, Ali, what would you say is your biggest strength as a player?
My biggest strength as a player is that I'm all around great in passing the pass rushing and the run. Like when it comes to pass rushing, I was 4th in the nation in sacks. I'm like 6th all time in college football history. I got 33.5 career sacks. And then when it comes to the run, you don't ever see me really get blown off the ball. I don't really lose my edges and things like that. So, yeah,
No, that's great. I mean, that's how
it's on film.
Well, we talked about you pitching other players to go to your school. That's you pitching to everybody else. Like, hey, pretty darn good at chasing the quarterback and bringing him down.
Yes, sir.
And kind of the flip side of that, is there anything specific as the draft nears that you've been working on as part of your game?
Yeah, I've been working on me all around. The things that I'm good at are also the things that I can work at. I've been working on backpedaling. I'm used to always going forward, but now, after going to the East-West Shrine game, they had me playing a little bit of coverage, man-to-man defense. So, I've been working on, playing coverages and dropping in zones. That's something that I wasn't super accustomed to. I've done it a couple times, but I've done it now, and I feel really comfortable doing it. Had a couple good drops today when I was training. So, yeah, just working all around just to be the best player I could be.
And how was that experience at the East-West Shrine game?
Oh, it was a great experience. Man, I love the fact that, a lot of people could talk about the MAC and how, like, we're not Power 5 and things like that. But then to go to the East-West Shrine game and then go and, like, dominate them guys that are from higher and better schools than me just shows that, the MAC plays great football. And I play great football.
For sure. That's awesome. And this is kind of a fun question that we like to ask guys when they come on the show, but is there any one player going into the NFL that you'd love to match up against at the NFL level?
Like that's already there?
Yeah. It's a tough one. It is a tough one.
Like I want to match up against Trent Williams, the best offensive tackle in the NFL. Somebody that can, I can learn so much from a guy like that. So I definitely want to see my game and translate to his game. I don't think he let up a sack this year. So, and I call myself a sack master. So like, it would be great to go up against a monster like him, honestly.
Well, Ali, if you do end up matching up against him, that would mean that, I guess you could in practice, but that would mean you wouldn't be on your childhood favorite 49ers. But could mean you're on that team over there. So I got to ask you, have the Rams talked with you, met with you, or had any communication with you so far throughout this process?
Yeah, and at the East-West Shrine game, we had to sit down. we talked the basics, just getting to know me and things like that. They had me fill out a questionnaire while I was there. It was just breaking the ice, I guess you could call it. And it was a good conversation. I felt like they were vibing with me. I was vibing with them. And, that was all.
Well, we love to hear that because we're fans of you. We're fans of the Rams. So we'd love for you to end up on the Rams. But no matter where you go, we'll be fans of you for sure. But yeah, for sure. And to kind of close this out, just in your own words, who is Ali Fayad as a person and who is he as a player?
As a person, I'm a very genuine, loyal, and ambitious person. And as a player, I'm poised, I'm ambitious, I'm dominant, and I'm very hungry. Like I'm starving. Like I'm so hungry, like you can see my ribs, but you really can't, but you could.
I love that.
Love it.
Yeah, definitely.
So before we let you go, we have to ask you, an icebreaker of a question, which we probably should just start off with, but it's best to wait until the end, right? Right. Something away from football. Recommend me a TV show or an album.
TV show or an album. Okay.
Or both.
Okay. Have you ever watched How to Get Away with Murder?
Yes.
I haven't. I need to check that out.
Great. That's a good one on Netflix. And
it's amazing.
Album. Sorry for the Wait, Lil Wayne. He reposted it. He reposted it on Apple Music. That dropped when I was a kid, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a classic one.
Yeah. Oh, so you're hip?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to brag, but yeah, I do have quite a bit of Lil Wayne in my library, my music library. Yeah, but I
have one or two songs. I couldn't tell you which ones.
I really like How to Get Away with Murder. That's a great show. And if you like that, you would like Scandal because like the same writers wrote those shows. I don't know if you've seen it, but that's also on Netflix.
Okay. There's a new show that came out on HBO Max about like Magic Johnson and them. So I'm definitely going to try to pick that one up.
I heard about that. And I thought it was a documentary, but it ended up actually being like a biopic, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't even start to show you. I'm excited.
Like John C. Reilly he plays Jerry Buss, which is awesome.
I wish I knew who you were. Well,
come on, Grown Ups.
Oh, Grown Up. Yeah. What about Grown Ups? Which one?
He's the one that's not Will Ferrell.
Wait, Grown Ups.
Not Grown Ups. What am I saying? Step Brothers. Sorry. Step Brothers. Okay. Yes. He's the one that's not Will Ferrell. That's John C. Reilly.
Yeah, he's funny.
But yeah, you should check out just a quick recommendation. You should check out Barry on HBO Max. It's about basically it's about a hitman that wants to become an actor.
Okay.
It's crazy. So yeah, check that out. It has Bill Hader in it. Okay. If you know who that is.
I don't, but I'll check it out.
Yeah. And I'll check out How to Get Away with Murder. So
yes.
Be hooked off the first episode, but I promise.
Yeah, he will. He'll trust me. I watched that like back in the day when it was on every week.
Oh.
I should rewatch it now that we can like binge it because I feel like it'd be a good show. I feel like it'd be a good show to watch back to back because back in the day, like you had to wait. There'd be those cliffhangers and I'd have to like wait to the next week to see what was going to happen, which is never fun.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you so much, Ali, for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. We wish you the best of luck in this very busy season. Draft's coming up. We know it's intense. But stay safe, stay healthy, take care, and we'll keep in touch.
Definitely. I appreciate you guys having me. I appreciate the time that you guys took out to talk to me.
Absolutely, man. You take care. Stay healthy.
Yes, you guys as well. Stay healthy and on the west side.